All right, traders, how y'all doing? This video is a question and answer from Marlon Taylor. This is part 2 of 3. He gave me some great questions, so let's get into it. So he says, "Hey Travis, I've been learning to trade for about the past 2 years now, and I've been subscribed to your channel for about 3 months or so. And I really love your down-to-earth, raw and candid advice and insight. I had a couple of questions, and I'm hoping you can do a video on them. Or maybe just respond to this email. That would be perfectly fine too." His first question was about why do strategies and systems break down over time and stop working. I made a video on that. You can look back. I made it. So he has 4 questions, 2 and 3 I'm going to group together in this video. By the way, welcome in. Much love if you don't know me. I'm an venture entrepreneur and trader. I trade high-risk cryptocurrency, perpetual futures from the island of Oahu. So he says, questions 2 and 3. What is the best way to prevent or kill tendencies to strategy hop or system hop? How do you lock in and try to master one strategy or system instead of trying to master 4 to 5 systems? I think the Bruce Lee quote goes, "I don't fear a man that has practiced 10,000 kicks one time, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." Something like that. Is it best to just pick one system and learn it like the back of your hand, and training it comes feast? And trading it come feast, war, or famine? 3. What is the best way to lock in on the type of trader you are? I seem to gravitate towards scalping, but another side of me does kind of envy the swing traders that seem to set up a trade and then check back 24 to 40 hours later. Is it possible to do both successfully, or are people usually good at one and piss poor to mediocre at the other because they require different mentality or disciplines? I think I saw a couple of your videos where you were switching from swing trading to scalping for a while. How was that transition? Did you switch back? Do you go between the two? Okay, so let's think about this. When you are going through school, do you know what you want to focus on and study right away? Probably not. How do you find out? You sample, right? You take a class here, you take a class here, you take a class here, and then you get your major, your concentration later. Early on in my trading journey, I read, I don't know if it was The Playbook or One Good Trade, but by, what's his name, Bellafiore, SMB Capital. Is it Mike Bellafiore? But he is one of the really successful, legit prop firms in New York City. Not like a quote-unquote prop, like a real prop firm. Like he really, in office, funds these traders. And he intentionally puts them through a sampling process where they try everything and then they kind of figure out. So this guy, Marlon, is 2 years into his trading. Man, I sampled for 4 or 5 years. I think the way you got to look at your trading is just put it for a longer time frame. Like, think about graduating school. You want to be a surgeon, right? It takes a decade. In theory, you can make trading right away, but to be consistently profitable in a very competitive game, it's going to take time. And if you just change your time frame to be like, I want to be profitable by, say, in my 5th year, I'm going to be profitable. I think that's like pretty reasonable and sets you up for more success, because if my goal is to be profitable in the 5th year, what do I want to do in the first 4 years? I want to learn a lot about the markets. I want to read a lot of books. I want to study a lot of different trading strategies. I want to trade a lot of different trading strategies myself. I want to try to not lose or spend so much money in those first 4 years, control my budget. And I want to just be consistent, develop consistent habits. And in the 5th year, after I've sampled so many strategies, now I know, right? So it's, if you think, oh, I'm just going to be profitable at first, you deal with the situation where the grass is always greener. And a lot of the time the grass is greener because you find a better system, and then you find a better system, and you run into hard times, and you system hop, and you system hop. Well, you have to know, I really think it's important that you trade every way. Like, you trade every asset. You do swing trading, you do trend following, you do scalping yourself, and you lose a little bit of money in all these ways, but you learn like what suits me, what fits me, right? And there's different advantages to this as well, where Marlon's asking me, hey, you guys saw that I was scalping 3 months ago. Now I'm only doing a form of swing trading. I don't know if it's right to call it swing trading. You call it whatever you want, but my schedule changed, right? I don't have the time to do scalping. So your schedule might change, but you know this other system, right? Or also the market environment changes, but you know this other system, right? The asset changes, but you know this other system. And also, I'm a big fan of having different systems and sampling everything and running them all together, right? Because the goal of a trader is running a trading business. You're not just trying to maximize returns, you want volatility adjusted returns. So I have a system that shorts altcoins, and then I have a system that longs Bitcoin and ETH, whatever. Not ETH anymore, but I have a system that is long only on the NASDAQ, and a system that's long only on gold, a system that shorts silver, right? I'm not running all these together at the same time, but in theory, if I run all of these, my volatility adjusted returns are better. So if you can know more systems and trade more systems, you will have better volatility adjusted returns because you're able to pick systems that are either uncorrelated or have inverse correlation, right? Like the long crypto strategies and the short crypto strategies have inverse correlation, so they help stabilize the volatility of the return. So there's benefits to learning many systems and extending your time horizon, okay? And naturally that's gonna happen as well, if you haven't done it, you're gonna wanna try it, right? If you haven't tried another system and you see it's working, you're gonna wanna try it. But eventually, after your education, which could be 1 year, 2 years, but I say 4 years is a good place to think, after your education period, and you've tried everything, at least dabbled with everything, now you know how it goes, now you know what's gonna fit with your schedule, now you know a little bit about what was the easiest for you, what you made the most money, the easiest, what worked best for your schedule, and you're also gonna be prepared for lifestyle changes where you can switch up if you have to. So to answer that, right, I mean, for where I am now, I'm only trading crypto in a certain way, but it's constantly evolving, and as the market changes. Also, once again, once I hit a certain equity threshold, I may withdraw it and split it and go back to trading long only on index and metal futures. I might do that, right? So my trading changes a lot and evolves a lot. And I think that's part of it. He was saying there's a guy who just trades one way and he's super consistent and calcified and makes money and trades the same way every day for 7 years. And I think you'll get to that point, but that guy had been trading for 20 years, right? He is essentially dabbling or sampling for 13 years, right? So I hope that helps. I hope that answers your question, but don't prevent yourself from system hopping. Because eventually over time, you're going to learn something valuable every time. It is true you're going to find that systems have drawdowns and you just got to stick with the system through drawdown. But there also, when there's a big drawdown, you might learn there's something wrong with your system anyways. And over time, you're going to get an intuitive sense of this is just a regular drawdown or actually something's wrong with my system. And again, with this, more you sample, the more you can trade multiple systems, where one system's in drawdown and you can stick with it, and you're trading these other systems and your account is still going up as these things are happening. So hope you find that useful. Comment down below. There's a part 3 that's coming, and I don't know if I want to keep offering this all the time, but psychology coaching down below. There's a link to that if you want to check it out. Okay. Appreciate y'all. Much love, and talk to y'all soon. And if you have any questions, comments, more comments, please. I love to make videos like these and answer them. So appreciate y'all. Much love. Peace.